Hello, my name is Jessica Webb, and I am currently enrolled in the Instructional Technology Specialist program at Kennesaw State University. The topic of my applied field research project is the effectiveness of the Fast Forward computer program on improving the literacy skills of struggling readers. The Scientific Learning Corporation designed and developed the Fast Forward program to help students develop and strengthen focus, memory, processing rate, and sequencing by completing a series of computer-based game-like exercises. The program provides not only engaging activities for students, but individualized instruction based on the student's needs. The Fast Forward program is one of the many computer-based programs designed to address the needs of students who need remediation in the area of reading. The student receives individualized reading instruction based on his or her needs and at a pace needed for individual success. The lessons are also engaging and fun for students to complete. In August 2013, my school, Sunset Elementary, started implementing Fast Forward as an intervention for struggling readers in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades. Students were chosen to participate in Fast Forward using data collected from the Dynamic Indicators of Basic Early Literacy Skills, also known as the DIBELS assessment, given at the beginning of the school year. 10 students from 3rd grade were chosen to participate in the Fast Forward intervention program. The intervention is provided 4 days a week in the computer lab for 30 minutes. Fast Forward instruction is provided in addition to the regular reading instruction provided by the classroom teacher. The purpose of the study is to determine whether or not the computer-based reading program Fast Forward is effective for helping struggling readers. Over the years, there have been many studies conducted on this program with conflicting results. Due to such a large price tag and time commitment, it is important to evaluate the effectiveness of the Fast Forward program. Is the time and money a wise investment for school systems, or would their time and money more efficiently produce greater gains with a different reading intervention program? This chapter is organized into 2 leading research questions and themes that have developed from those questions. The questions to help guide my research study were: 1. How can computer-based interventions such as Fast Forward enhance a student's ability to read? How effective is the Fast Forward computer-based intervention program in improving literacy skills of struggling readers? I collected many different peer-reviewed research articles on the topic of Fast Forward, and the themes that developed from my research were: how Fast Forward enhances reading skills, neuroplasticity, effects of Fast Forward for students with disabilities, and Fast Forward effects on at-risk students. For the literature review, 2 questions were chosen to help guide my research study. They are: 1. How can computer-based interventions such as Fast Forward enhance a student's ability to read? 2. How effective is the Fast Forward computer-based intervention program in improving literacy skills of struggling readers? I collected many different peer-reviewed research articles on the topic of Fast Forward, and the themes that developed from my research were: how Fast Forward enhances reading skills, neuroplasticity, effects of Fast Forward for students with disabilities, Fast Forward effects on at-risk students. The purpose of conducting the study was to evaluate the effectiveness of the Fast Forward computer program on struggling readers. The study included a mixed method approach by including quantitative and qualitative data from 10 3rd grade students and his or her classroom teacher. The study took place from January 2014 until April 2014. Data collection included the use of DIBELS Next assessment data from the beginning of the year and the end of the year. Observation and interview notes from student and classroom teachers were also used. Throughout the course of the study, students participating in the Fast Forward program were observed using the program. Teachers and students were interviewed at the end of the study. Data from the beginning of the year DIBELS assessment was used to compare the participants' growth to 10 struggling readers in 3rd grade who did not participate in the Fast Forward program. 10 3rd grade students ranging 8 to 10 years of age participated in the Fast Forward program. These students were identified as struggling readers at the beginning of the year using DIBELS Next data that was collected in August. The participants are both male and female and are many different ethnicities. None of these students have been identified as special education students, but many are currently being monitored through the Response to Intervention program. All 10 of these students will participate in the research program. A mixed methodology embedded design was used to evaluate the Fast Forward program. Dibble's Next was used as the main form of quantitative data. Observations and interview notes were used to collect qualitative data to support Dibble's Next data. This information helped provide an explanation or follow-up to the Dibble's Next results when evaluating if the Fast Forward program is or is not effective in improving the literacy of elementary students. Dibble's Next is an oral reading fluency test on grade level passages. The oral reading fluency section is a timed test calculating the percentage of words read correctly in a minute. A baseline is established for each child at the beginning of the year, which is in August. Additional benchmark assessments are given at the middle of the year, which is in December, and at the end of the year, which was in April. For the purpose of this study, Dibble's Next data from the beginning of the year was compared to the participants' end of the year Dibble's Next data to calculate the amount of growth that occurred throughout the academic year. The participants' growth was compared to other struggling readers with similar beginning of the year scores who did not participate in the Fast Forward program. In April, the students and teachers were interviewed using the interview questions located in my study to gather information to use along with the Dibble's Next data to evaluate the effects, if any, the Fast Forward program had on struggling readers. For the purpose of this research project, the beginning of the year and the end of the year Dibble's Next data for the 10 students who participated in the Fast Forward program and 10 non-participants with similar beginning of the year scores were analyzed. Each participant's scores were placed on a chart to plot the progress from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. An average percentage of growth was determined. The group mean for students who participated in the Fast Forward program increased 29 points from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. The growth of the Fast Forward participants was compared to the group mean of students not participating in the Fast Forward program, which showed an increase of only 26 points from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. After finding the change in group mean for both groups, an independent samples t-test was used to determine if the difference between the two were significant. The growth in students who participated in Fast Forward from the beginning of the year pretest to the end of the year post-test was 29 points, and the non-participants' growth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year was 26 points. All those students who participated in the Fast Forward program did show more growth. The difference in means is not significant. To further support the findings, the mean of both groups, pre-test and post-test, were used to determine if there was significant difference using an independent samples t-test. The mean of the Fast Forward participants pre-test was 27 points. The mean of the non-participants pre-test was 29 points. The difference in means was not significant. For the post-test, the mean of the Fast Forward participants was 57 points, and the mean for the non-participants was 55 points. The difference in means was not significant. All qualitative data was collected, coded, and analyzed to see if there were any improvements in the students' overall reading ability and determine if the Fast Forward program was effective in helping struggling readers. One-on-one interviews with the 10 Fast Forward participants and their teachers along with 3 hours of observation notes were used for this data. Observation and interview notes were highlighted and sorted to match the research questions by color coding these with a highlighter. The notes were correlated to the quantitative results. When putting both pieces of data together for a final analysis, the quantitative and the qualitative data results demonstrated a positive effect on the reading abilities of struggling readers. Students who participated showed an increase from beginning of the year to the end of the year on the Dibble's Next assessment. The mean of the participants' pretest scores was lower than the non-participants' pretest scores by 2 points, But at the end of the year, the mean of the Fast Forward participants' DIBEL scores was 2 points higher than the non-participants' end of the year scores. Qualitative data collected reflected positive changes in the Fast Forward participants' reading ability inside the classroom. Participating teachers shared in their interview that they could clearly see an increase in the students' oral reading fluency and willingness to read aloud in class. Of the 5 teachers interviewed, all of them agreed that the Fast Forward program was effective in helping students improve their reading skills. Many teachers explained that the students enjoyed the game-like format of the program and were eager to attend each morning. This was a common response when interviewing students on their favorite feature of the program. 80% of the students said the program was fun. Many explained that it was like playing a video game. One student stated, "It makes learning to read fun and it's usually boring." Results from past research studies have been contradictory to each other. Some studies show great gains in student reading skills, while others have shown very little to none. My hypothesis at the beginning of the project was that students would show gains in basic reading skills and fluency. After analyzing the quantitative and qualitative data that was collected over the 4-month period, my hypothesis was not supported. The computer-based program provided game-like features which made learning to read fun and engaging to enhance students' oral reading fluency and the ability to read, but it was not evident that the Fast Forward program had a significant effect on improving literacy skills and fluency of struggling readers. While the students who participated in the Fast Forward program did show gains, that it was not proven to be significant. Thank you.